Historically significant things that happened on April 7th. April 7th stands as a multifaceted milestone in global history, marking the birth of essential institutions and the debut of transformative masterpieces. From the profound spiritual and cultural resonances of the 18th and 19th centuries to the mid-20th century establishment of the World Health Organization, this date reflects humanity's continuous pursuit of health, artistic expression, and governance. Whether through the first notes of a Beethoven symphony or the inaugural broadcast of long-distance television, April 7th serves as a recurring pivot point for both scientific progress and social evolution. Let us look at the significant historical events of April 7th, categorized by cultural, educational, financial, physical/mental/relational health, political, professional, social, spiritual, and scientific and technological points of view. Historically significant things that happen on April 7th. From cultural point of view, 1724, Johann Sebastian Bach's St. John Passion premiered at St. Nicholas Church in Leipzig. It remains one of the most celebrated sacred oratorios in Western music. 1805, Ludwig van Beethoven premiered his Third Symphony, Eroica, in Vienna, a work that fundamentally changed the structure and emotional scope of the symphony. 1949, the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical South Pacific opened on Broadway, eventually becoming a pillar of American musical theater. 1970, John Wayne won his first and only Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in True Grit. Historically significant things that happened from educational point of view. 1922. The Teapot Dome scandal intensified as U.S. Secretary of the Interior Albert B. Fall began leasing federal petroleum reserves to private oil companies without competitive bidding, a landmark case of government corruption linked to corporate interests. 1933. Prohibition ended in the U.S. for beer with an alcohol content of 3.2% or less, stimulating the beverage industry months before the full repeal. Historically significant things that happen on April 7th. From financial point of view, 1922. The Teapot Dome scandal intensified as U.S. Secretary of the Interior Albert B. Fall began leasing federal petroleum reserves to private oil companies without competitive bidding, a landmark case of government corruption linked to corporate interests. 1933. Prohibition ended in the U.S. for beer with an alcohol content of 3.2% or less, stimulating the beverage industry months before the full repeal. Historically significant things that happen on April 7th. From physical/mental/relational health point of view, 1948. The World Health Organization, WHO, was established by the United Nations. This date is now commemorated annually as World Health Day. 1955. Sir Winston Churchill resigned as Prime Minister of the UK, primarily due to his declining physical health following a series of strokes. Historically significant things that happened on April 7th from political point of view. 1141. Empress Matilda became the first female ruler of England, adopting the title Lady of the English during the period known as the Anarchy. 1954. President Dwight D. Eisenhower gave his famous Domino Theory speech, which shaped U.S. foreign policy toward Southeast Asia for decades. 1994. The Rwandan genocide began following the assassination of the Rwandan and Burundian presidents, leading to one of the most tragic humanitarian crises of the 20th century. Historically significant things that happened on April 7th from professional point of view. 1933. Nazi Germany enacted the law for the restoration of the professional civil service, which barred Jewish people and political dissidents from holding civil service positions, fundamentally altering the professional landscape of the country. 1947. Henry Ford, the pioneer of the modern assembly line and founder of Ford Motor Company, passed away in Dearborn, Michigan. Historically significant things that happen on April 7th. From social point of view, 1712. A major slave revolt broke out in New York City. The subsequent suppression and legal changes significantly impacted the social structure of the northern colonies. 1940. Booker T. Washington became the first African American to be depicted on a U.S. postage stamp, a milestone in national social recognition. Historically significant things that happen on April 7th. From spiritual point of view, AD 30. One of the most widely cited possible dates for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. 1829. Joseph Smith began the formal translation of the Book of Mormon, with Oliver Cowdery serving as his primary scribe. Historically significant things that happen on April 7th, 1927. The first successful long-distance public television broadcast took place between Washington, D.C. and New York City, featuring Commerce Secretary Herbert Hoover. 1964. IBM announced the System/360, a mainframe computer system that revolutionized the industry by allowing software to be compatible across different models. 1969. The publication of RFC-1, Request for Comments, occurred, which is symbolically regarded as the birth date of the Internet. 2001. NASA launched the Mars Odyssey spacecraft, which went on to map the Martian surface and search for evidence of water and ice. Hi viewers, family and friends. How did you like the content of this video? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please write in the comments your name and the place you are watching from. Since our viewing family is spread all over the world, it will be nice to know which city and the country you are watching from, so I can say hello to you. Science and technology, reading and listening to the historical accomplishments on this date of those who have gone before us. I, as a professional engineer with interest in structural engineering, energy-efficient buildings, ICF construction, and as Google Docs expert with interest in spreadsheet-based solutions, draw inspiration to ask of myself the million-dollar question, what would I accomplish today? Think about the Japanese practice of Kaizen. Let me know in the comments. What would you accomplish today? Your subscribing to the channel inspires me to post more such videos. Thanks for your patronage. See you in the next video. Sincerely, Yogi Anand.